What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, B-Boy John 25. Today I'm going to do my NXT takeover war games review and results. Dakota Kai's biggest heel turns. You guys know, hit that like button, hit that red button. Let's get started. This NXT war games was a good show. It was the best pay-per-view ever. So without further ado, let me read about what happened. We go to Riddle as Isaiah Swerve Scott hits the ring. Riddle is joined by WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix and Nigel McGuinness. Scott hits the double ring setup. Angel Garza is out next. They go at it to start training counters. They show each other up and trade slaps. Scott sends Garza to the floor for a takedown. Scott brings it back to the ring for a 2 count. Scott with a big chop and another. Scott slams Garza face first onto the mat. Scott keeps control of another 2 count. Scott mounts offense as Isaiah Scott Swerve chant starts. Scott goes to the top and flies by, but Garza rolls through the launches him into the turnbuckles. Garza rips off his pants for a pop from the crowd, then tosses them at Scott and hits a super kick off the distraction. Garza with a close 2 count. Garza with an enter springboard suplex and another spring super kick by Scott. Keeps kicking out. Garza taunts Scott and keeps him down now. Garza gets rocked going into the corner. Garza turns it around and hits a big drop kick in the corner for a 2 count. Garza goes to the middle for a moonsault but misses, and Scott levels him. Scott with a double underhook into another suplex for a 2 count. More back and forth now. They trade big shots in the middle of the ring. Garza ends up taking Scott down with a big sit down powerbomb for a 2 count. For a close 2 count. Garza beats on Scott and keeps him down. Garza goes to the top, but Scott leaps up with him. Garza jumps into the fireman's carry on the apron. Scott with a big Death Valley driver on the apron. Garza falls to the floor, and Scott follows up with a big stomp to the chest. Fans pop chant, "You got Swerve now." Scott brings it back and plays the crowd. Scott goes to put Garza away in the middle of the ring, but Garza kicks out. Scott gets pushed back into the referee. Scott blocks a low blow kick. Garza then catches a kick from Scott. This leads to Garza hitting the wing clipper in the middle of the ring for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Angel Garza. This match was good. After the match, Garza stands tall as his music hits. We go to replay. Garza continues to celebrate before heading to the back. Back from the break, the analysis leads us to a video package for Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. The panel discussed the match as we go back to the break. Charlie Caruso talks about Mia Yim's being attacked backstage earlier. We cut backstage to Mia Yim being loaded into the ambulance. Rhea Ripley talks to Dakota Kai into replacing her. Kai says she's not ready for the match, but Ripley talks her into it. The other Team Ripley members agree. General Manager NXT William Regal closed the doors of the ambulance and it leaves. We go back to the panel for more discussion on tonight's big event. Pat takes the mic and cuts a promo to really get the crowd hyped up, joining them at their seats. That is it for Takeover pre-show. Okay, the 2019 WWE NXT Takeover War Games 2019 opens up with a video package featuring Ricky by rapper Denzel Curry. We're live from the Allstate Arena near Chicago, Illinois, as Mario Rolando welcomes us. He joins by Nigel McGuinness and WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. They had tonight's show. We also see the Spanish announce team at ringside. WWE Women's War Games Captain Rhea Ripley, Tegan Knox, and Dakota Kai. Candice LeRae versus NXT Women's Champion Captain Shayna Baszler, shorai, Bianca Belair, and the NXT UK Women's Champion Kay Lee Ray. This match was good too. This match was good. We go to the double ring setup as the steel cages lower down while Shireen goes off. Alicia Taylor goes over the rules of the first ever women's War Games match. Our first comes team captain Rhea Ripley to a pop. She stands by one of the largest cage on the stage, which has a referee standing by it. Bianca Belair is out next, representing Team Baszler, which has the order of entry advantage for the match. Bianca also stands next to one of the cage's pods. Candice LeRae is out next, and she also stands next to the cage with Ripley. The NXT UK Women's Champion Kay Lee Ray is out next. She joins Bianca Belair by the cage. Tegan Knox is out next. She stares down Ray and then stands by the cage. Shorai is out next. She joins the cage with the other team Baszler members. Out next comes Dakota Kai, team captain and NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler is out last. The two teams talk and Shorai is sent to the cage first. Lerae is also sent down by her teams. They enter the cage and the door is locked. They locked up and started brawling. Lerae with a head scissors takedown, but Shorai lands on her feet. Shorai goes on as fans do dueling chants. Candice counters and slams Shorai on her face. Lerae goes to leap to the other ring with a forearm, but Shorai decks her. More back and forth now. Shorai hits a big missile drop kick from the rope and meets in the middle of the ring. Shorai goes on and nails a drop kick in the corner. Fans do more dueling chant as they tangle in between the two rings. They go down on the steel plate in between the two rings, with Shorai taking her face down. Shorai smashed Lerae's face onto the wall of the cage. Shorai unloads the corner now. Lerae breaks free with a jawbreaker. Lerae looks for an opening, but Shorai nails a suplex. Shorai mounts Lerae in the middle of the ring and keeps her down. Lerae fights back as the counter goes off, but Bianca Belair is out next. Bianca Belair unloads and hits the standing shooting star press. Lerae drops Bianca Belair and goes back to Shorai in the corner. Lerae gets them both in the corner and hits them with a bunch of strikes at the same time. Bianca Belair fights out and hits two big powerbombs on Lerae for a pop. She holds for a third powerbomb but launches Candice LeRae into the wall of the cage. Instead, Bianca Belair gets hyped up as the crowd chants NXT for her. Bianca Belair and Shorai take turns on Lerae now. Shorai runs the ropes about dozen times as fans started building with her. While Bianca Belair holds Lerae in the camel clutch, Shorai keeps running and then hits Candice with a big shot to the face. Fans go wild. The timer counts down, and the next person in the match is Rhea Ripley. Ripley hits the cage with trash cans and other weapons, drop opponents. She starts filling the ring up with candlesticks, chairs, and other weapons. Fans chant for tables. Rhea Ripley enters the door, the booths for no tables. Rhea Ripley ducks Belair with launches her face first into the trash can. Rhea Ripley stands a chair up and goes back to work on Bianca Belair while she's down. Candice puts chairs up next to the one Rhea Ripley sets up. They both go for Bianca Belair and try double team to suplex her on the chair, but Shorai makes the save. Shorai beats down Candice LeRae while Bianca Belair unloads on Ripley. The timer counts down, and the next person lets out is Rhea. Rhea goes. It said Rhea goes under the ring for weapons, but she comes in empty-handed instead of picking up a chair to unload on Candice LeRae with it. Rhea with a big tornado DDT onto a chair to Ripley. Rhea knocks Ripley into the chair that were set up earlier. Candice LeRae stops Bianca Belair from splashing Ripley on the chair. There's chaos in the corner now. Rhea unfolds all the setup chairs, and fans boo her for putting the chairs out of commission. Rhea was stopping a belair suplex onto the chair. Everyone is still stacked up in the corner. Rhea Ripley finally comes over and finishes the Tower of Doom, dropping everyone but Bianca Belair on the pile of chairs. Bianca Belair comes flying next, splashing everyone with the chair. The timer counts, and the next person is out is Kai. Kai leaves the cage, but stops and turns around and drops Tegan Knox in the cage. Kai unloads on Knox and destroys her inside the cage. The others look from wargames. Fans chant, "Holy you know what now." Baszler laughs at Dakota Kai, continues to destroy Tegan Knox and slam the cage door on injured knee over and over. The general manager, William Regal, tries to stop Dakota Kai, but she puts hand on him. Regal and officials finally get Dakota Kai to leave. Shayna Baszler laughs some more. Kai comes running back over to Dakota Kai runs back over to attack Tegan Knox while she's down. The fans boo Kai as she looks down at the cage. Referee and William Regal order her to the back. Rhea Ripley is furiously in the ring now. Shayna Baszler points and laughs, ready to come out of the cage. The counter goes off again, and here comes the final member of Team Shayna Baszler, mocks and taunts her opponent as she over at officials tending to Kai. Kai slowly makes her way to the cage as Bianca Belair and Rhea double teams Ripley. Shayna Baszler comes in and Rhea Ripley brawls with her. Rhea Ripley gets a double team by Shayna Baszler and kick her while she's held. Moreno confirms that the match is now official underway as Tegan Knox cannot compete. Pinfalls and submissions are legal now. Shayna Baszler has handcuffs and looks to limit her opponent, but they fight back. Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler brawl. Bianca Belair makes the save. Rhea saves shorai from lerae. Rhea Ripley dropkicks Rhea. Rhea Ripley blocks a Rhea DDT and slams her back into the wall of the cage for a pop. Baszler ends up applying a Kirifuda clutch on lerae while she hangs from the corner. She breaks free and ends up launching lerae across the ring. Lerae with a moonsault on Baszler, but Bianca Belair hits her with the face with the trash to make the save. Bianca Belair praised lerae high in the air over onto Ripley into the other ring. Rhea goes with a gory bomb to lerae. Shorai hits a moonsault on Candice LeRae, but it is broken. Rhea sends Rhea Ripley into the cage, but she drops her. Bianca Belair takes her hair and whips away on Rhea Ripley. Candice LeRae makes the save with tons of candlestick shots to Bianca Belair. Shorai ends up climbing to the top of the cage as fans goes wild. Lerae climbs up to the cage, climbs up with her and tries to stop her. Lerae stops Lerae, but Lerae brings her to the mat with a huge super hurricane from the top of the cage for a close 2 count. As Bianca Belair breaks the pin up, fans go wild with another big NXT and Mamma Mia chant after a big multiple women's spot for the ring. Shayna Baszler gets slapped and beat on a steel chair for Rhea Ripley's now. Rhea Ripley will place a trash can on the other two set up. Rhea ends up taking the trash can to the face. Baszler with the Kofuda clutch to Ripley in the middle of the ring. Ripley tries to break it, but Shayna Baszler manhandles her. Rhea Ripley handcuffs herself to Baszler now. They tangle a bit. Ripley lifts Shayna Baszler and slams her over the two chairs, standing up still while cuffed. Ripley goes right into the pin while she gets the win. The winner of the match, Team Rhea Ripley. This match was good. This match was brutal and good at the same time. But the best part was Dakota Kai turns heel. That was money. That was the big one. That Dakota Kai is absolutely a great heel. She is money now. But let me continue. After the match, Rhea Ripley music hits as the referee checks on she and Baszler, freeing them. Rhea Ripley stands tall in the middle of the ring as Candice LeRae joins her to have their arm race for a pop. We go to replay. We see Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae celebrating up the stage as the other recovers in the ring. We cut backstage and Matt Riddle and Finn Balor warming up for later. We get a video package for tonight's triple threat. We see the Imperium at ringside, WWE UK Champion Walter Alexander Wolf and Marcel Barthel. The number one contenders triple threat match, Pete Dunne versus Killian Dain versus Damian Petrus. This match was good too. We go to the ring for tonight's triple threat to determine opponents for the NXT champion Adam Cole at Survivor Series on Sunday. Damian Petrus is out first, followed by Killian Dain. Pete Dunne is out last to a pop. We back and forth between all three to start the first few minutes. Killian Dain clothesline Petrus to the floor, but he lands on his feet. Pete Dunne brings Dain down by his fingers. Now it stomps on them. Damian Petrus runs in and decks Pete Dunne with a big fist. Petrus goes to run and leaves to Killian Dain on the floor, but Killian Dain decks him in the midair. Petrus goes for the razor edge on Pete Dunne, but Killian Dain stops that. Killian Dain with a big Mochinku driver slam down into Petrus' face. Pete kicks out at two. Dunne kicks out at two. Killian Dain slams Damian Petrus into a steel ring steps over and over. Dunne charges while Dan is carrying Petrus. Killian Dain catches them both and hits a big double fall away slam on the floor for a pop. Killian Dain has done by himself in the ring now, launching himself into the corner. Pete Dunne hits hard and goes down. Fans look to rally for Dunne now. He fights back, but Killian Dain needs him. Pete Dunne slides out of a move and unloads with a big chop. Petrus nails Dain in the corner after Dunne moves. Pete Dunne ends up nailing a big kick to Petrus' face. Pete Dunne hits a snap suplex on Killian Dain, then stomps his hand, then delivers a stiff kick for a big pop. Dunne drops Damian Petrus into leaping cross arm breaking as he approaches. Killian Dain and Petrus double team. It says double team power bomb to Pete Dunne now, fighting off a submission from the mat. Fans boo Killian Dain and Petrus as they set each other up. Dan slaps Killian Dain. Dan fights back as they go at it. Dan keeps fighting, but Petrus rocks him with a knee strike. Dan gets involved. Pete Dunne gets involved, and now fans cheer him on. Pete Dunne unloads on both opponents. All three start throwing big strikes in the middle of the ring now. Dan drops Damian Petrus, drops Killian Dain, then stomps on his hand. Big strike continues between all three competitors. They all collide once again in the middle of the ring, but this time they all go down. Fans clap and chant NXT now. Killian, Dan, and Damian Peaches was a double team powerbomb to Pete Dunne, fighting up a submission format. Fans boo Dan and Peaches as they size up each other. Peaches slaps Dan. Dan fights back and they go at it. Dan keeps fighting, but Peaches rocks him with a knee strike. Dunne gets involved and fans cheer him on. Dunne unloads on both. All three started throwing big strikes in the middle of the ring. Dan draws Peaches, but drops Pete Dunne, drops Killian Dan, then stomps on his hand. The big strike continues between all three competitors. They all collide in the middle of the ring, but this time they all go down. Fans clap, chant NXT now. Okay, Dan and Pete Dunne go at it. Yeah, it says Killian Dan and Pete Dunne go at it. Damian Peaches flies from the top and takes both down. Peaches with a broken arrow to Dunne. Peaches goes and chops Dunne for a close 2 count, while Dan is down on the other side. Down on the outside, sorry. Peaches sends Pete Dunne to the floor now. Peaches with a razor edge onto the Spanish announcer table to Dunne. Fans and Peaches go wild. Killian Dan runs the ropes and leaps out, taking Peaches down with a dive. Killian Dan follows up with a big cannonball onto Peaches on the floor. Fans chant NXT, holy you know what. Now the ringside carnage. Dan brings Peaches into the ring for a 2 count. Peaches fights to his feet, but Killian Dan slams him and hits a senton. Dan goes to the top for a Vader bomb, but Peaches gets up and delivers a kick. Peaches for his razor edge hits it in the middle of the ring now. Dunne breaks the pin up at 2. In time, Pete Dunne unloads with bolts to Peaches while he's standing, and then while he's down, Pete Dunne with a big running forearm to Peaches in the corner, followed up with a jumping elbow to the face of his own. Peaches runs and leaps out and taking Killian Dan down on the floor. Pete Dunne goes to the top and nails a big moonsault to the floor, taking down Killian Dan and Damian Peaches out at the same time. Pete Dunne gets in the ring first, followed by Damian Peaches. Peaches gets up first and tells Pete Dunne to bring it. Peaches unloads on. Peaches Dunne unloads with chops. Peaches with a huge clothesline. Dunne blocks the wrecking from Peaches. More back and forth the two. Pete Dunne counters Peaches into a arm breaker and pulls back. Dunne breaks it up with a huge kick to the face. Pete Dunne. Killian Dan takes Peaches to an electric chair and drives him into the mat for a close 2 count. Dan turns Pete Dunne upside down in the corner, launches Damian Peaches at him. Killian Dan charges with a big cannonball to both competitors. Killian Dan with the Vader bomb over Damian Peaches' back. Killian Dan with a 2 count, but Pete Dunne breaks it up with a moonsault. Dan with a biter end of Dan for the close 2 count, as Peaches breaks it up with a kick to the jaw. Okay, Pete Dunne rocks Damian Peaches. He gets up. Pete Dunne goes to the top, but Damian Peaches nails a cyclone kick. Damian Peaches goes up and launches Pete Dunne into Killian Dan with a super Frankensteiner. Damian Peaches with more big shots to both opponents. Damian Peaches hit the reckoning on Pete Dunne, but Killian Dan breaks it up once again. Killian Dan takes out Pete Dunne knee with a chop block. Killian Dan drop kicks Damian Peaches off the apron to the floor. Killian Dan goes to the top, but Pete Dunne jumps up and kicks him. Killian Dan is sitting on the top now. Pete Dunne climbs up, but here comes Damian Peaches. Also, Peaches climbs up with him. Pete Dunne snaps Peter's fingers and he falls to the apron, then the floor. Pete Dunne with a superplex to Killian Dain. Damian Peters in, but Killian Dain hits him with a biter in for a 2 count. As Dan breaks it up with a section. Killian Dain puts Pete Dunne in the electric chair again, but Pete Dunne brings him down with a sleeper on the top of Petrus. Pete Dunne takes advantage and hooks Damian's leg as Killian Dain swings but not at the same time. As Pete Dunne pins Damian Petrus to earn the title shot. The winner of the match and your new number one contender for the NXT Adam Cole champion Pete Dunne. After the match, Mario confirms Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole for WWE Survivor Series as Pete Dunne stands tall. We go to replay of Pete Dunne stands tall as his music hits and fans cheering him on. Back from the break, we see Team Ciampa backstage warming up. They announce us. Tommaso Ciampa's tweet on the 4th member of their team. We get a video package for the next match. Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. This match was good. I ain't gonna lie. This match was good. It says the winner of the match, Finn Balor. After the match, Finn Balor stands tall as his music hits. We go to replay. Matt Riddle looks off from the mat as Baszler stands tall looks out at the crowd. We go to commercial. We go to a break. Back from the break. It says back from the break. We see a rapper, Denzel Curry, at ringside. He remixes his Ricky single for tonight's theme song. Alright. The announcers talk about Mia Yim and Tegan not suffering injured. They are both being taken to a local medical facility. Tegan does have her injured. Need look at it. Nigel reveals that Rhea Ripley will appear on Triple H's post takeover Facebook interview to reveal Team NXT members of Survivor Series. The shrine starts going off in the arena as the steel cage are lowered around double ring set up. We get a video package for tonight's main event. Men's War Games, the Undisputed Era NXT Champion Captain Adam Cole, NXT North American Champion Roger Strong, NXT Tag Team Champions Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus Captain Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, and final partner member. I think Kevin Owens was in this match. Yeah, it was. We go to the War Games structure as Alicia goes over the rules. The music of the Undisputed Era hits first, and out comes the NXT Champion Captain Adam Cole, North American Champion Roger Strong, NXT Tag Team Champions Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. They all pose together and then stand in front of the mini cage. Keith Lee is out first for Team Ciampa. Dominik Dijakovic is out next, followed by Tommaso Ciampa. It's next to a big pop. Ciampa is wearing a mask carrying the crutch. He marches to the ring and enters War Games. The 4th partner has not been revealed yet. Strong steps up for his team and gets ready for a fight. Roger Strong enters the cage and taunts Ciampa, taking the crutch and throwing it away, saying he doesn't need it to beat Ciampa. Ciampa attacks and they go at it. Ciampa with a big kick and strikes to send Strong in the corner. Ciampa with a big clothesline and another. Both are firing up and going at it aggressively. Ciampa misses a big boot into the rope and Roger Strong drops him. Roger Strong beats Ciampa into the other ring and works over him. More back and forth into the opposite corner. Ciampa mounts Strong in the corner and rocks him as fans count along. Ciampa unloads and nails a running knee to the face for a pop. Strong beats Ciampa around the ring and then mounts him with a punches as fans also count along. Ciampa gets down and hits a running low kick. Strong avoids a DDT and then fight it out in the middle of the two ring now. Ciampa clothesline Roger Strong over into the ring. Roger Strong counters a move and drops Ciampa over his knee with a gut buster. They trade shots on their feet now. They counter goes down and comes Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly hits the ring and helps Roger Strong with a double team. They take turns on Ciampa, hitting him with strikes, all for a kind. Strong ends up running and nailing a bunch of forearms to the face of Ciampa. Strong with a backbreaker to Ciampa allowed Kyle O'Reilly to connect a flying knee to Ciampa. Dominik Dijakovic comes in next. He unloads on Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. Dominik Dijakovic with a power move to Kyle O'Reilly includes a super kick and a huge clothesline for a pop. Dominik Dijakovic walks Kyle O'Reilly in the corner. Strong charges, but Dominik Dijakovic drops him. Dominik Dijakovic launches Kyle O'Reilly onto Strong. Dominik Dijakovic, Strong go at it. Dijakovic launches Strong into the cage wall a few times. Dijakovic continues to manhandle everyone until he left standing to help Ciampa back to his feet. Ciampa fights Strong while Dijakovic works Kyle O'Reilly over. Dijakovic with a bunch of strikes to drop Kyle O'Reilly in the middle of the ring, middle plate between the rings. The next man is Bobby Fish. He hits the ring and goes to work. Fish takes out Dominik Dijakovic early on. They unload on Ciampa with strikes. The tag team champions double team Dominik Dijakovic with a total elimination now. Roger Strong with a big backbreaker to Ciampa. The Undisputed Era continues to dominate the action. They all take turns on Dominik Dijakovic against the wall of the cage. They take turns with a big running strike on Ciampa. The Undisputed Era stands tall and wastes some time, talking trash and playing to the crowd. They go back to work on their opponents. The counter goes down, and the next man is Lee. He runs to the cage and goes right to work on Roger Strong. Keith Lee runs over everyone else now. Lee frosts the tag champs and then takes them both down with a double crossbody for a big pop. Lee takes the tag team champions down with another impressive launch over the top rope. Fans continue to chant for Lee. O'Reilly saves Bobby Fish from a powerbomb by Lee. Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish are teamed up and finally bring Lee down. They triple team until Ciampa makes the save. Ciampa goes down next. Dijakovic tosses Kyle O'Reilly into another ring. Dijakovic beats Roger Strong to the mat now. Bobby Fish with a sleeper attempt on Lee. The timer counts down, and the next man is the NXT champion, Captain Adam Cole. Adam Cole rushes to the ring for a pop. He stops and brings the table out as the crowd goes wild. Cole leans one table against the barrier. Cole slides another table into Strong. Cole brings another table into ring in another. Kyle O'Reilly stumps Dijakovic. Adam Cole continues to bring tables from under the ring steps in, but Ciampa rocks him. Ciampa shoves Adam Cole from the apron through the table leading against the barrier. Adam Cole crashes hard through the table as it splinters. The referee closed the cage at 4 on 3. One team stands in one ring, the other in the second ring. The other two teams stare at each other down. Team Ciampa enters the other ring as approaches their opponents. A big brawl breaks out as the fans pop with chant. NXT now. Lee scoops Kyle O'Reilly, but Bobby Fish brings him down with a huge low blow. Fans boo as there are no disqualifications. Their clocks count down and everyone stops. They see who might come out. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly laugh about how Ciampa has no one. The music hits and out comes Kevin Owens, which I was right by the way, to a huge pop. Adam Cole looks shocked as Kevin Owens charges the cage. Owens unloads the Undisputed Era as the crowd pops. Bobby Fish takes a pop-up powerbomb. Kevin Owens continues to dominate as the others watches. Marley says Owens is getting payback for Raw. Cole stares Owens down as Owens has his back turned. Fans chant welcome back to Owens. Owens throws a crotch chop to Cole. Cole and Owens brawl now. Owens nails a stunner on Cole, but Roderick Strong breaks the pin up. Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic launches Strong from one ring to another to his partners. Owens climbs the cage and shakes the steel cage, getting the crowd to a pop. Team Ciampa keeps their opponents down and control the match. Ciampa with a DDT to O'Reilly. They have a few tables stood up now. Cole and Owens at Wild Strong and Dominik Dijakovic go at it now. Bobby Fish drops Keith Lee. Adam Cole launches Ciampa into the steel of the cage. Keith Lee climbs the cage and flies, taking down a group of NXT superstars. Kyle O'Reilly climbs up with a big knee drop on Keith Lee, but Kyle O'Reilly with the leg submission on Keith Lee now. Dominik Dijakovic with that springboard moonsault on Kyle O'Reilly, but Bobby Fish breaks it up at 2. Tommaso Ciampa slams Bobby Fish and Owens follows up with a senton. Tommaso Ciampa covers, but Adam Cole super kicks him to break it up. Adam Cole ends up top with Keith Lee stumping him. Roger Strong hits Lee from behind. Roger Strong with a super strong slam on Keith Lee from up high. Roger Strong and Kyle O'Reilly double team Keith Lee for a close 2 count as Dominik Dijakovic makes the save. Fans chant, "This is awesome now." Kevin Owens super kicks Kyle O'Reilly and back drops Roger Strong to the cage. Kevin Owens drops Kyle O'Reilly again. Kevin Owens grabs Adam Cole in the middle part between the ring and they trade suplexes attempt. They trade counters and strikes. Kevin Owens rocks, but Adam Cole super kicks him. Cole climbs the second rope, but a Panama Sunrise hit and blocks it. But Owens. Adam Cole counters a backdrop attempt and hits the Panama Sunrise in the steel cage anyway. Fans chant, "Holy you know what," at the sounds of Owens hitting they still Patriot on. I said that right. We get a replay and a Mamma Mia chant. Everyone is down for a few minutes as fans go wild. Bobby Fish and Roger Strong stand 2 tables and go to put Ciampa on them, but he fights off. Tommaso Ciampa's knee with Tommaso Ciampa with the knees to the back of Kyle O'Reilly. Tommaso runs raw on everyone else until Cole super kicks him in the face. Tommaso Ciampa sends Adam Cole into the cage. Tommaso Ciampa with a running knee to the face, sending Adam Cole face into the steel cage. Ciampa with 4 or 5 more knees that knees like that for a pop. Then our bodies down everywhere once again. Tommaso Ciampa takes Adam Cole to the top, but Cole fights. Adam Cole fights back and looks to go for a sunrise through a table, but Tommaso Ciampa resists. Tommaso Ciampa slams Adam Cole head into the steel cage. That's gotta hurt. That was a brutal spot. Adam Cole slams Tommaso Ciampa's face first into the steel, using his beard for leverage. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish rock Lee up top. Now, Adam Cole climbs to the top of the cage. as Tommaso Ciampa fouls. The tag champs have lead up top. Now, Dominik Dijakovic comes over and puts Roderick Strong through a table. Dominik Dijakovic counters and Kyle O'Reilly, but gets a pull into his submission. Dominik Dijakovic powers up and places Kyle O'Reilly on a table. Kevin Owens to the top and puts Kyle O'Reilly through the table with a paw splash. Lead powerbombs Bobby Fish through the table that was lifted standing. We see Adam Cole and Ciampa trading shots at the very top of the cage now. Tommaso Ciampa scoops Adam Cole on the shoulder on the top of the War Games structure. Tommaso Ciampa positions Adam Cole to his back while standing on the very top of the cage. Tommaso Ciampa drops down and puts Adam Cole through the table on his back. The referee immediately counts and Ciampa gets the win. The winner of the match, Team Ciampa. After the match, after the bell, Ciampa and Adam Cole are still laid out in the doors. Ciampa's music hits. We saw Ciampa's girlfriend looking worried at ringside. The camera shows the other superstars laid out through the War Games structure. Team Ciampa starts to recover and gets their feet. Now, we go to replay. Ciampa and Adam Cole still laid out in the doors of the table. Keith Lee helps Ciampa up and they embrace. We get another replay for the finish the match. Ciampa and Kevin Owens. Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic stand tall in the middle of the ring and have their arms raised. Mariel hypes Sunday WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view as Team Ciampa continues their celebration, and the NXT takeover War Games 2019 goes off the air. This NXT War Games pay-per-view was an amazing show. This was an amazing show. My favorite part was Dakota Kai turning heel, the women's War Games takeover, and the men's takeover. You know what I'm saying? All these match cards were good, man. I really enjoyed this. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE NXT Takeover War Games review and results, the Dakota Kai's biggest heel turn, drop a like on this video, share the video, comment down below what you guys think of NXT War Games, and I'll see you guys at Survivor Series tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm out of here.